Hey everyone, CT5Holy here again. Today's match will be featuring Otabo's newest team, Warped Time, against one of my own teams, two-sword Proc Funsies. Alright, let's start, the teams. Alright, so, Otabo's team on top, we have Chrono Keeper the Paladin, Timekeeper the Paladin, exact clone conveniently enough, Reboot the Monk, and Turtle the Monk, also another clone. So, if you guys couldn't tell, this team is another one from Otabo that really wants to get to the late game. Again, we have two users with Phoenix Blade, and they have Jade Armament, so they won't get petrified, because petrified would be bad, seeing how these guys, due to Genji armor, can't move. And these two monks have dancers that, once again, wants to get them to late game. We have Reboot, I believe, has Last Dance, and Turtle has Slow Dance. So naturally, because these guys will always be around, slow dance, more time for it to, more slow dances go off. Last dance also helps to make sure you don't get turns, which works well because Phoenix Blade, these guys are always slow. These guys are also, the monks are also quite durable. Between 40-40, Genji armor gives them protect and shell, and then P-back gives them regen. So even though they don't have that much HP, they can probably take a solid beating. And they also have Secret Fist, if anyone gets too close for comfort. Something that I noticed just now, looking at the HP totals. So these paladins, they have balance. And re-raise always brings them up at a low HP, so balance is going to do a lot of damage. In fact, looking at the HP totals on my team, 273, 264, 285, 335. These guys should be able to one-shot everyone of my teams with a balance, if it hits. And, but there is worse compat going on. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Otabo team just wants to really get to the late game, and once your speed is at 1, then you can't actually really do anything, and then you'll lose. Onto my team. We have Oops the Ninja, Y the Thief, What the Priest, and How the Monk. My team is very straightforward, just wants to beat you down. We've got the whole ninja knife, hidden knife, Kagesogi thing going here, two swords. These guys' total speeds are really nice and fast. A bit unfortunate for Otabo, and a bit lucky for me, is that my monk knows Last Song, and he's the fourth on my team, so his song is going to go after the dance. So conceivably, even if Otabo lands Last Dance, there's a chance that the Last Song will give that unit, will quick that unit and give him the turn anyway. They also have 9 speed. The monks, Otabo's team have 9 speed. My monk has 9 speed, so it sort of works out that the Last Song will almost always go after Last Dance. I do think it's going to favor Otabo, because, as I mentioned, the one-hit KO balances, but also, although my priest has Summon Magic secondary, her AoE is Lich, which of course is not a 100% hit. I don't have reliable AoE, so I can't efficiently drop the Phoenix Blade users, and then my team can focus on the monks, which are honestly the real threat. I mean, they're the real threat since the paladins will always be coming back up. But actually, it's best to leave the paladins alone, because again, balance will hurt them more, and dropping them, re-raise balance, as I mentioned, very nice. What I do have on my side, aside from the Last Song, is that these two units are really fast. My ninja and thief, they're really fast, so they can potentially get a lot of turns in and do a lot of damage before Otabo's team can really take over. So let's get on with the match. We're going to map 69, Mirand Death City. I'm pretty excited. I really hope this is an exciting match. Of course, okay, so the exciting part, right? This is like, you have your analogies in other games, but it's essentially an aggro versus control match. Right, my team is going to try and win as quickly as possible before the control team, Otabo's team, can establish control, and can start to sort of dictate the pace of the game, really, and because the late game is where they dominate, right? Once everyone on my team is at like 1 or 2 speed, I'm helpless to what Otabo's team can do. And so the exciting part is this sort of tension, or this sort of back and forth, as my team tries to and also Otabo's paladins have a good amount of evade between abandon and the shield. So, and there are 2 speed points taken off already. And those are not good hit rates on the Lich. So, the interesting thing, in my opinion, is just how, right, it's that question of, can the aggro team, can they do their stuff before the control team takes over? I also personally like slow 2 more than both slow and stop. But that's a minor complaint. Otabo knows what he's doing. Lich could be relevant though, because again, the monks are very sturdy, but Lich can sort of just punch through that. And quickly, when my thief is slowed, also nice thing is that the PA save, on the monks, it means their chakra will heal more, which makes it harder for them to take down. All right, last song, quickly getting some quicks. The monks are very conveniently tucked in that little corner, which makes it really hard for my team to get at them. Actually, in here, my lack of reliable AoE is a problem, because my priest, if she had, say, Shiva, probably would have been able to sort of pick off, maybe might have been able to pick off that monk, though maybe not, because again, protect, shall, and 40 faith and whatnot, and see Lich misses. Oh, but it does take down a paladin, but as I mentioned, that's actually kind of bad for me. And ooh, hit a nice low weapon power kicking in. Again, it doesn't help. Although my team is fast, they don't do that much damage, so they can't, reliably burst down the enemy team. Oh, but the monk can do defense, and okay, double kill. That is a problem. In fact, that's a huge problem, because now it's a permanent 4-on-2 for Otabo's team. And in this case, I might have won just like that. Because the paladins, they're always slow. They can't keep up. They can't do enough damage. They don't get their turns nearly as often enough, such that even though they can do a lot of damage, courtesy of balance and whatnot, and it's been lucky that I've been my liches have been hitting. Alright, there's a balance, there's 1 hit KO. Poof. But my monk can now finish the job. Except, revival is priority. See, people say that if they can finish the job, if the AI can win, then they will. But I did not see any of that happening just there. Again, fairly lucky. Missed. The other paladin will probably get his turn soon. Maybe? Nope, he's dead. Alright. So again, this might have... Although I feel like Otabo has the advantage, this might be a bad matchup for him. We shall see how this plays out in round 2. Alright, here we are for round 2 at map number 10. Inside of Igra's castle. Again, as I was saying, I feel like... oh, again, another convenient corner for Otabo. Right, those monks are really hard to access. I can only really... There's only one spot for me to really hit them. I'll be really reliant on my priest's liches hitting. I guess the question is, can his team hold out long enough? Right, it is very nice that my team is really fast. Because both, you know, it's more turns for me. It's supposed, like, currently, it's more turns for me, but also, it means it takes longer for Otabo's game to kick in. Notably, the slow dances. It takes just a few more, maybe not noticeably longer, but it might be relevant. I don't know. We shall see. Here goes for a stop. See, again, slow. I think slow 2 will be a lot more impactful here. Right, stop is just a little too unreliable for my taste. Now granted, it has hit 2 units, which is exactly what Otabo wants. Stop units, were, I believe, are still affected by dance. Quick on a stop unit doesn't do much, although I think it does mean that once stop wears off, he will be getting his turn, which is funnily enough. Did you mention how if you stop a unit that's charging... yeah, I think I did. But yeah, if you stop a unit that's charging... Oh, that's funny. Were the 2 stop units, they just get CT zeroed? That's funny. And 3 speed points docked off from that that one thing. And no critical quick for Otabo. And the quick hits... Oh, right, so I can... Okay, the Thief does not choose to drop the Paladin, although that sort of makes sense since you'll just get right back up anyways. I know, this is just... I think this is decently interesting. How this songs and dance, how they're affecting each other. Right, okay, maybe stop is a good choice, given how long it's taking. Right, there was 2 units out of commission for so long, which is what Otabo wants, it's what he needs. The less units getting turns, the better. It makes his job easier to get to the late game. Right, it's less pressure on his 2 paladins. So those paladins go down, it will take him a while to get back up, and then, you know, the dancers are free to get hit in the meantime. Except, of course, right, look at last dance, right? My monk has not gotten a turn in a while. And ooh, slow dance. Docking another 2 points of speed. I think Otabo might win this one. I think he can do it. I think, yeah, I think Otabo wins this one because he's docked off a lot of points of speed already. The monks are in a nice little corner. Mounts misses, thankfully for me, but in last dance, continue to deny turns, right? Oh, monk and thief, they just lost their turns again, and now slow dance can go again. Right, my priest is probably at around 6 speed or so, right? I'm already getting close to... The turns are getting close to like 1 for 1. Now the 2 monks taking their turns off to chakra, that's a nice reprieve for me. But... And a crit quick, right, to sort of, you know, circumvent the slowness. Again, slow 2 instead of slow, right? It's a lot more accurate. And especially because my team is fast, it's such a huge... It really, you know, it's very noticeable, I guess. And right, and now that those paladins are able to balance my priest, that's keeping 1 unit down. That's stopping, again, 2 units from performing offensive actions. Right, my priest is down, and now my thief has to go healer. Reviver. In the meantime, balance is wrecking my team. Boom, 2 units down, just like that. And Otabo's team is in no danger of dying. Right, I do feel like Otabo will eventually win this one. And look at how often it's hitting. My units just aren't getting their turns. Right, my priest probably now is at 5 speed, I'm guessing. Like, I feel like my ninja and thief are both at around 10 speed. My monk's probably at 7 or 8. Thankfully, balance misses. Again, between 40 or 50 faith and worst compat, but... Again, those paladins will always be around. They'll eventually hit, and there goes another point of speed. Can my priest land this lich? It will be really important if she can. I think she... Can she survive? She can't even survive the balance, and there she goes. It's like a spin fist. And my ninja is about to crystallize. And so now it's a 4-on-3. So, okay, maybe stop was the right move, after all, instead of slow 2. But slow, it lasts longer. It's slow, the status itself lasts longer than stops. Slow 2 is more accurate and bigger AoE. So it's more effective in sort of like reducing the amount of pressure you're facing. But stop is a very powerful effect. So yeah, that's simply my opinion. I mentioned earlier I wasn't planning to criticize, so or sort of like, well, I'm just commenting, I suppose. She does manage to get off a lich, but again, low success rate. It does hit 2 units though, but they were the paladins, right? The ones that Otabo was very fine with dying. And here's a stop. It's probably, it might hit the priest again. Yeah, she does 70 faith. Neutral compat, but still. My thief can only do so much. Monk is still alive. My monk is really the key here, between both Last Song and Spin Fist, because that's like reliable AoE, and he's like the only way to really effectively hit the monks, since now that they're in this corner. Hey, this is a great map for Otabo. And the other benefit of stop is, of course, you can't just Masamune away. You can't Masamune away as stop. You can Masamune away as slow, but not stop. Oh, my thief is in. My thief is in to do piddly amounts of damage. It looks like everyone on Otabo's team is immune to both sleep and petrify, between the Jade Armlets and the chakra bands. I'm not sure what's guarding sleep on the paladins, but something is. It may very well be Jade Armlet, I just don't know it. In the meantime, slow lands on my monk. My ninja just slashes away. I'm really annoyed. I don't know why my ninja isn't using Kagesogi. That's quite irritating. And ooh, Last Dance, it hits the priest who was stopped. So again, it's a really neat combination. Slow dance and Last Dance. In the meantime, what is going to happen? Looks like some balances going off. There's one. There's probably a second one on the way, especially since my monk is slowed. And there it is. If it hits, oh, it finally hits, and that's big. That is big. Alright, it's still anyone's game at this point, honestly. Now my team's sort of getting close to the monk. It's really hard to call. I still feel Otabo has the edge though, especially with those last dances going off and slow dances. They've been doing work, right? The turn ratio is a lot closer to 1-to-1 than it was last round. It's really hard to say. Right, this is what I'm talking about. That sort of tension as to like which team can sort of rest away, can really like gain the upper hand. It's hard to say, and that's what I like about these kind of matchups. Some of you, I'm sure, will criticize and say that it's boring. Because, oh no, no real progress is happening. But there is progress happening. Right? There are things going on. And okay, I'm in a bad spot again. And CT0 hits. My thief was probably going to get a turn soon. And Last Dance just denied that. Oh, he's still really fast though. Fast enough to Phoenix down the monk, who was going to get his turn in Chakra. He only chakras himself. What a selfish jerk. That was really puzzling. Slow dance begins again. Last Dance begins again. Priest. Is she gonna raise? She's gonna lich. Lich. She probably will get it off. Thief's gonna Phoenix. No. What? What? Did you guys just see that? My thief moved in range into a position where he could both either attack the paladin or Phoenix down my ninja, and he did neither. I'm very confused. But such is the AI. I really don't have an explanation. If this Last Dance hits either unit, then I think my ninja's gone. It snagged a thief? Oh, duh! My ninja's curse ring. It was the minor update I recently performed. That explains so much. Wow, I'm silly. I'm silly. Well, still, why didn't my thief attack the paladin? I don't know. Anyways, I forgot about that. And here's a lich, and she can probably get it off this time. Or not. Or not. Here's a balance, and it's gonna go off first. Balance is I believe, do they have short charge? I think short charge makes sense. Balance may also have a very low CT, which I don't remember because I haven't used it. It's either 2 or 4, I feel. It stop. Oh, it hits what? Oh. I think my monk is immune, courtesy of the chocolate band, but still, it hit my thief, and that's important, and that's big. My monk can revive the priest. But again, right now, look how far my team is away from the monks, who are the real threats on Otabo's team. And the priest is stop. Right, this gives him more time to recover and to get his dances going. Right, my priest is probably around like 3 speed now. Now I guess is like the boring part where, you know, Otabo will take his sweet time to sort of win. But I do feel like this round is going to Otabo. You know, haste isn't going to do much. Once you're below 3 speed, haste does nothing. Until then, haste... Yeah, haste gets less effective too, as my team loses more speed. There's 1 balance, there's 2 balance. Right, look at how long it's taking my team to get turns. I'm curious to check to see there. Does it hit the monk? Oh, it misses the monk, which is luckily for me, because my monk should be getting his turn soon. Maybe. Reno mentioned in a comment last time, you know, he wanted to see stats of people. I am curious to see the speed, although it looks like my priest is at like 1, 2, or 3 speed, very low. And oh, the CT0. I'm guessing my monk is also in like the 4 or 5 speed range as well. I'm guessing thief is 7 to 10, and ninja is probably in a similar spot, though even less now. Yeah, Otabo's definitely won this. I'm gonna check now, because I'm curious. And a stop. Oh! This just gets worse and worse for me. Yeah, priest is almost undoubtedly at 1 speed by now. So, oh, thief is still at 10. Yeah, priest is at 1. Monk is at 4. That's right. The priest is useless. Right. She's useless now. She's not ever getting her turn, especially not with last dance going off. And there can be 10 last dances before the priest can get a turn. So yeah, the priest is not gonna the priest can't do anything. She is useless. She's like a moving statue, effectively. My monk is as fast as Otabo's paladins. So again, like 1-for-1 turn ratio. So right, so the remaining people to deal with now for Otabo are the thief and ninja. And again, the last dance is still going off. Just, you know, sort of stop them from getting turns. Balance! Right, and thief... right, I can't surmount any form of offense now. So, we now get to play the waiting game. See when Otabo will finally win. Yeah, not much more to say. At least not that I can think of right now. I'll stop on the priest is funny because, you know, it doesn't matter at all. Slow dance. I'm guessing, you know, Otabo made this team to want to demonstrate why Phoenix Blade is a problem. You know, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, I did get round 1, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Of course, this is only just one team, but I don't know. I don't know. It'd be ideal if my monk were to start singing last song. That would be my way out of this. But he is on my monk, when he does get his turn, he's just gonna try and hit someone, I bet. Great, my team is lost. Great. My team is lost, it's just a matter of time now. When slow dance works its magic. I still like the design opportunities Phoenix Blade allows. Of course, this may just be the default way to go. I mean, naturally, Phoenix Blade lends itself to super high defense. To defensive teams, I mean. Like, maybe it isn't as much of a risk as I thought. Wait, did my priest got a turn? What? Well, she's dead. Alright, we can forget about her for a good long while again. Thankfully, no secret fist from the monks onto my thief. What was I going to say? Right, I feel maybe it isn't a risk, but it feels like one if you have 2 units with Phoenix Blade, just because you're sort of fighting with like 2.5, 3 units since they're so slow. Right, slow is a very powerful and relevant status. Landing slow at the right time is just like a death knell. Can be a death knell for teams. Right? Like, say, if you slow, the key... Oh, stop as well. If you slow, if you slow the main sandbagger, and then the rest of your team wipes out, and the rest of your team can, sort of drop the other people on the opponent's team, all of a sudden now it's one person getting turns very infrequently, trying to bring back the whole team. It's not going to happen. Right, slow is powerful. My ninja can't decide what to do, so he's just being extra useless. Again, I'm actually I'm interested in how this game plays out, how this match plays out. Unlike the last match I did, or Rex versus Otabo, the hour-long one, right? That was not fun for me because it was very obvious that Rex's team couldn't do anything to Otabo's. It didn't help that Otabo's team took forever to get his game going. That one. So it was sort of very obvious from the get-go. 2-3 minutes into round 1, you could tell that okay, Rex can't win. Right, in this match, there's some tension going on. It's unclear, right? I did take round 1. Otabo's taken round 2. He may very well take round 3. We shall see. But there's still tension. It's not a predetermined fact yet, which is why, unlike Rex versus Otabo. In the meantime, the dancers have run out of MP, or at least the slow dancer has. She's just gonna keep going, it seems like. Not that it matters, I mean, she's done her job. The balance will hit eventually. There goes 1. Right, AoE is really important for dealing with the Phoenix Blade use, because if I'm only spending... Because they keep getting back up, if I can drop both of them, or at least damage, or at least drop the Phoenix Blade user getting back up from your raise and hurt the monk at the same time, that's really important for dealing with these kinds of teams, I think. Because once you're getting once your turn ratio is like similar, it's the same as them, you've lost. Or it's getting close. You've lost, because they're also, remember, they're also very sturdy. They don't go down easily. And so if you can't do enough, you can't win. I feel like I did something more insightful, but no, I'm just really good at saying the obvious. Okay, like, my team doesn't do that much, but they're fast. Okay, I sort of wanted to chose this team just to sort of highlight the possible problems that having 2 units with always slow can pose. Because they just don't get enough turns to really impact the current state. They don't do enough to really help move the team into late game, where they dominate. That was what I was going for, I suppose. No, that one dancer's still stuck, right? Yeah. Oh, there's a chakra. Alright. Now the dances will be going. The paladins are in a good HP range to just more or less one-hit KO balance. Or not that one, but... The end is near. Ish. Somewhat. Maybe. Haste does nothing for my ninja because he's at 2 or 3 speed. Yay! Maybe it helps that I'm not terribly bored because 1, I haven't done this in a long time, and 2, it's one of my own teams. But I can definitely see how it is boring. You know, in some ways, I am, just because it's very clear that Otabo's won at this point. I just want to, you know, move on to the next match, see what happens, but you gotta tough it out. There's a Kagesogi! Now you do a Kagesogi? Now? I didn't. Oh, funny! Yay, crit shots and fall damage and etc. I don't know why my ninja just refuses to use Kagesogi. It's very confusing to me. Well, height differences doesn't matter, you can still balance from there. And no, if he has attack up, right, as other people have demonstrated, with attack up, he does it no problem, he does it all the time. And, okay, now I'm... Alright, yeah, Otabo's definitely won out, because my ninja can't revive. Oh, my thief still has Angel Song, or Angel Re-Raise. But, not, yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. Excuse me, phone call. I'm just gonna leave the commentary, I'm just gonna leave the video going though, because, yeah, not too much to say right now. Hello? Yes? Am I free today? I think so. Wait, birthday party I hear? Okay. Okay, sure, I can do that, I think. I might be a bit late, but yeah, I'll be there. Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys. Okay, bye. Now, poison. That can be very relevant to counter a Phoenix Blade user. Because they can't do anything about the poison, well, they're gonna get back, they're gonna get up, and then die. And get up, and die. And remember, this is what the poison buff was meant to do. You know, stop, sort of like stop the whole Phoenix down loops thingies. It's not a problem. Poison lasting past death is not a problem. No matter how much the damn thinks it isn't. It's doing exactly what it was designed, what the buff meant for it to do. and as I said in the thread, it doesn't happen nearly often enough for it to be relevant. And as the Damned himself mentions, there's so much region floating around, courtesy like Masamune and whatnot. Like, poison, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. And once again, I'm irritated, and because Kagesogi can block poison, I'm annoyed that my ninja doesn't regularly do Kagesogi. I mean, usually ninjas with, the hidden knife, ninja knife, attack up, they do it no problem. I mean, I use defense up instead, but like, I don't know. I am sad. My ninja, again, has no idea what he's doing. Side effect of being a zombie, I guess. Lose some intelligence. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen. Alright, those noises, if you're familiar with it, it's Gmail's Gchat thingy going off. So, I guess sorry about that, but again, not much is really happening. So, alright. Soon, balance will be restored. By balance will be restored, I mean, Otabo's gonna win this round. And oh, that's right, everyone's so slow, poison actually wore off. That's cute. This is quite hilarious. Still dancing away. Last Dance just really makes sure that you really don't ever get a turn at this point. Because once you're at once you're at 2 speed, you get 5 Last Dances per turn. Once you're at 1 speed, it's 10 Last Dances per turn, and yeah, you're not getting a turn, right? My monk, he's stuck. Here's a balance. It will eventually hit. Please hit. It hits! Awesome! On to round 3. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we are for round 3, map 65. Again, the exciting part is sort of in the beginning, middle stages of the game, where it's unsure if, the more aggressive team can actually break through the defenses, or if the control team will hold out. And I do think there's a lot of excitement and fun in there. Also, fairly good positions for Otabos, maybe? I'm not sure. The really convenient thing for me, the really lucky thing is that it's a small map, so less time for Otabo's team to sort of get a few initial dances off. Not a good spot for me in terms of AoE. Right, Spin Fist can only get 1 unit if my monk stands right there, sorry. Right to the left of my thief. The monk stands there, he can get the critical monk with Spin Fist. But again, not reliable AoE, it's a problem for me. Though this Wave Fist, that hits, and now she actually can't be revived. It works both ways. So, I may very well have won just like that. These teams are actually, these sort of defensive teams can be incredibly fragile. But my thief does get stopped. And more stop, most likely my priest as well. Okay. So it's 1.5 on 2? 2 on 2? I mean, it's permanently slowed units. I don't know what to count them as. Crit shot. Except that's bad, because that opens up my units to hurt the monk as well. And that's probably what my ninja's going to do. Alright. I've won. Because no, the paladins can't revive, and my team has not been hindered at all. So again, maps also play a pretty big deal, right? These monks were very exposed. Right? Had the monks been inside the corridor where the paladins started off instead, then Otabo gets a huge advantage because my team can't reach them. Or I suppose my priest can still use Lich, but it's not the same. And now the stops are missing as well for Otabo. Yeah, this is not looking good for him. Ooh, last song. Quick's a ninja, but he can't reach. Monk can wave fist, I think. Like so. And it hits. Alright, well, that was surprisingly fast. But again, I got lucky. Because of the map. And the monks were exposed. And Lich is hitting. Right, Lich was really crucial. Right, the Lich was really important because Lich, it deals damage based on your percentage of the HP. Protect, Shell, and the Faith only minimize the success rates of Lich hitting, but it doesn't affect the damage output. And so, right, the Lich hitting this monk was absolutely crucial because soon after, I was lazy to take another picture, but soon after, my monk went up and wave fists her, and she's dead. And because she can't be revived due to the uneven height differences, all of a sudden it's a sort of 3v4 in my favor. Right, Otabo's permanently down a unit. And because he's permanently down a unit, right, and critically it's the dancer that's down. But she's not getting back up. She doesn't have curse string, and she doesn't have curse string, she's not going to get back up again. Which means she can't do her dances, which means she can't affect my team, she can't hinder the offense at all. And right soon after, and right, just from that, the team crumbled. Otabo's team crumbled soon after. Although, again, I'm going to say it again, right, maps was lucky for me. It was a very small map, so my team could get, was able to get right in Otabo's face early. And the monks were exposed, letting my units hit them, which again, pretty key. Right, those two stops didn't ultimately do enough because by the time those stops landed, this monk was dead. And that's just a permanent loss. Yeah, also very unlucky in that respect for Otabo that this map is riddled with uneven heights. And so the monks, even though they were next to each other, they couldn't revive each other. Anyways, actually I wasn't planning to do this little post-game, but seeing how I accidentally cut myself off at the end of round 3, well, I kinda had to. Anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.